1 minute. Okay. Okay, use that mic.
Thank you very much. I will stand on all existing protocol. I will say this project has been a vision that I joyfully received that was bettered. Particularly, I would say I'm a professional, I'm a dietitian. But caring for children with cerebral palsy is a vision outside of my profession. I usually say something that caring for them is like being a voice for them. And how do we intend to be a voice for them? As part of the things that we're looking at to draw up our strategy for continuity and sustainability is taking out outside of our environment, which is the hospital. Let's get inclusion into our churches, our mosques, and even our school. Like one of our mothers have rightly said, we want an inclusion that we go further, that we give more life and more acceptability to these children. We had a testimony of one of our facilitators that spoke in our last cerebral palsy year, Dr. Toby Loba. She's the cerebral palsy candidate, but she's a doctor tending towards becoming a professor. There was one thing that struck me when he was talking. I was actually busy with coordination of the program. I was opportune to be the chairperson, and for years I've always been. And one thing came up because of a slide that was said when they were reading about her biography, that the day the father took her to school, like she fought for her child, that was the day she started walking. She saw other children on the assembly, and she challenged her spirit that, what's wrong with me? Why am I on the wheelchair? And that was when she started walking. So we want an inclusion, a voice from every of the stakeholders. So please take it to the education. They shouldn't lock up the gates of every normal mainstream school. Let's open it up to them. And even in our churches, when we have opportunity to have leaders come around, we should please take it far. And another key thing that we'll appreciate very well is please a message to every setting that has to do with government that governs private hospital. They should please let us increase or reduce the incidence rate of occurrence. Like she said, we are just going to hide it. But it's the passion that came haunting us. We found out that in our last exchange program, like she said, we are opportune to have some of our exchange team come from the Alda Hay Hospital. And even themselves, they had a wow. Like, why is it that every mother, coincidentally, we don't assess parents together? We do individual assessments. But coincidentally, 4 parents were assessed on a day from a particular hospital with aphasia, deformity, or problem at birth. Why? So we want everybody, please, as our stakeholders, as we are here, this project should drive on. It should be sustained further than what ECD has bettered. It should be something great. I was opportune to travel to Alda Hay, and I saw a very good setting where hospital is more like a home. It is not a place whereby you go in and you see that is hospital. We can as well encourage that, bring that into the system too, and please let this vision continue that children with cerebral palsy or delayed developmental, they are children that have a greater future to attain tomorrow. Thank you very much, Madam Sars.
Thank you so much. We'll take other testimonies, but let's hear from the Permanent Secretary. You're welcome, sir, from the Ministry of Health.
Well, the Permanent Secretary from State Hospitals Management Board, my good friend, Dr. Abayomi, the Director of Public Health. Let me, because of time, there are so many people I have to recognize, but for want of time, please allow me to just stand on a well-established protocol. I'm not forgetting our people from State Primary Health Care Development Board, State Primary Health Care, National Primary Health Care Development Agency, our partners, everybody, gentlemen of everybody. I must say, I'm standing first that I'm very happy for the project that it has been extended. And I think this is the right time for all other stakeholders to come in. Like, we all know that whether we like it or not, we will continue to have babies who have challenges concerning their, developmental milestone, whether we like it or not. And like all other health challenges, early detection is the key. But in this particular early childhood development, the earlier it is quickly recognized and managed, the better for everybody. The better for the child, the family, the society, and indeed the government. But even the very few that people have been able to still recognize, I believe that's probably the tip of the iceberg. We still have quite a number of people out there who are not being detected, who still need help. But I think at the end of this program, I will be very happy if I can get a comprehensive report, coupled with some of the documents with me, which I believe will serve as advocacy tools in a way that we can extend this type of program to even the state-owned tertiary institution. I'm talking of teaching hospital, and some of our secondary health facilities in the state, so that at least the burden will not be too much on the OAUTHC center alone. If we can replicate this type of thing in 3 or 4 other secondary health facilities while incorporating our own teaching hospitals, I think the community will benefit, or let me say the good people of the state will benefit from it. And who knows, other people from our neighboring state will equally benefit from it. I want us to know, listening to all the presentation, I could see that there's a robust development. Like, we have the tools that could be used in the primary care center level. We equally have the tools that could be used in the secondary health facilities and then the tertiary. And there's a good, referral system. Thank God, from the experience, the people in the primary health centers, looking at listening to the testimony of one of those participants at the primary health centers, that the tools appear simple and it could easily be administered. And I will equally want us to still look at not only the infant welfare clinic or the immunization clinic alone. We should be looking at incorporating these tool too during the outreaches. I believe people from State Primary Health Care Development Board are listening. If we are able to scale this one up for more than what is being done, so we should be looking at, can we extend it during our outreach program? Not only that, we should equally be looking at using these tools, if possible, if we have mobile team too, into our marketplaces, churches, mosques, anywhere we know people will be gathering, our children will be gathering, and there is nothing even stopping us collaborating with the State Ministry of Education and even apply some of these tools in our primary schools, because we could still discover that some pupils that are probably not doing too well in school probably had one developmental problem or the other that could be addressed, and they could be maybe the next scholars for us. I think what I want us to take away from this my speech is that is not the project of those people currently working on it alone. We should all try as much as possible to own it. Not only the parents, but every other stakeholder sitting here. And we should be the people that will now be advocating for it to be extended to other part of the state, so as to reduce the burden of traveling to Ife all the time. And for Madam, let me just answer the first Madam to talk about the costs of the drugs. We know that the cost of everything in the country seems to be on the increase. We should rely more on insurance. Not only Osun Health Insurance Agency, we equally have National Health Insurance Agency. And I think if that child is enrolled, and I believe that one will still reduce the amount we'll be spending on some of those drugs. And that is the advantage of getting ourselves covered. And I think this is what made those developed countries to be different from we in the developing nations. And it is this type of program, I'm talking of early childhood development program, that made them to be a bit different in terms of the way their own children are developing and achieving. That's what differentiates us from them. And we should copy them. And like I said, we should make it our project. And don't forget what I said. Let us have a comprehensive report, and then we will work on it. We know government activity is conducted via documents. If there is no document to work on, nothing will happen. So I'll be waiting for a comprehensive report that will serve as advocacy tool for us to discuss with people that are higher than us, so that they will have a buy-in. And I believe, with the type of government we have in the state, it is a project that should be looked into. On that note, I thank everybody who is here. I appreciate you being with us. I would have loved to continue to be with you, but honestly speaking, they've been disturbing me with phone because I am to chair that meeting. You understand? So that is why I said, let me quickly make my own submission. So kindly permit me to leave after this. My deputy directors will be here to be with you and to give us a feedback. Thank you very much, and God bless you.
My permanent secretary, Dr. Isaka Yofia Depole, PS, Minister of Health, my boss, Dr. Abayomi, PS, Osman Board. Directors are here, our partners, the project implementers, ladies and gentlemen. I just want to add something before my PS takes his leave. My PS, this is the nice project that we had the opportunity of being carried out in Osun State. But this project is supposed to be scaled up to national level. I don't know if it's possible at the next National Council on Health. If possible, you can discuss with the project implementers and your office, and you can present it as part of the memo from Osun State, so that at least the national can adopt it. It's just a suggestion, sir. Thank you.
It should actually be looked into because it's a very good project that I think it shouldn't be people from Osun State that should benefit. I will try and see. That's why I said let's not have a comprehensive report. We could raise it as a memo for the national, and I'm very sure with the caliber of people at the National Council on it, it could be a project that the Federal Ministry of Health can spearhead and becomes a national project. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir. Can we please give a round of applause for the comments and also for the Permanent Secretary as he takes his leave? Okay, please can we take a group photograph with the Permanent Secretary before he leaves? Please, Saz and Mas, please oblige us. I think we need to also stretch our legs briefly before we sit down again. Please let's come together to this stage for the group photo. Thank you. I think here is fine.
And we'll be calling up our parents first before calling other health workers to just give us brief testimonies about the project so far, how impactful has the project been. So starting, please, Mommy Nioluwa, please let's have you come up briefly, just tell us about the impacts of the project, of the care for your child so far. Please, after her, get ready, Mr. Bolariwa, Daddy Bethel. Mommy Temiloluwa, please get ready too. After Daddy Bethel, then Mommy Zainab, the grandma, because she has a bigger baby that has survived this.
Thank you. All protocol observed. I want to appreciate Teledevelopmental Center. Mommy, like she called me. I'm a carer. I'm also a nurse. And I'm one of the facilitators at the Ubuntu program. I appreciate the program. Though my child is on the big side, she's 9-year-old. She's on the big side, but I still appreciate the program. When we were going through the training, when they were training facilitators for Ubuntu, I was one of them as a carer. I discovered that if I had had the privilege, my daughter would have done better. But at the same time, I still appreciate that I have the privilege now. Why? There is the level, the sequence in development of a child is very, very important. Now, if I'm jumping, even as a nurse, you know, like, I think the coordinator was saying something the other time that the practical side, we have to bring it down to people, schools. I was already a registered nurse before I got my child's diagnosis. So, thank God I went earlier. If I didn't go earlier to the hospital, possibly I wouldn't have known. I just went earlier that, okay, my child was healed. I needed a consultant to see my child. And that was why I got the diagnosis. But, despite the fact that I'm a nurse, you know, I still find it so difficult to still understand. So that's why I'm saying that I'm in support of early developmental milestone program because people have to know about it. People are not informed. As a medical personnel, in fact, I had NITU orientation. It wasn't as if we were not taught, we were taught. But the in-depth, Ubuntu taught us in-depth. We started from the scratch, and it was in sequence. So I now went back to the sequence myself, even before I started facilitating, because we were trained before the facilitation. So I went back to the start. So I now started doing basically the positioning for my daughter, because I noticed that I didn't do that positioning very well. As she's on jacket, she's on scoliosis jacket. If I'd had the privilege, if early developmental center has been on ground, my daughter wouldn't have come down with scoliosis. I can say it anywhere. She wouldn't have had scoliosis because I would have been taught the positioning, the proper positioning. This is how to do it. I was just trying my best. So now, the positioning I was taught as a facilitator, that I'm even teaching people, I'm practicing it at home, which has actually helped us. So now, she doesn't stay on jackets for a long time anymore. So there's jacket time. If we are at home, she would have removed that jacket. As she said, she's on scoliosis jacket because we traveled down. We traveled a long distance. If we are at home, my daughter won't take scoliosis jacket. She will just remove it and throw it somewhere. Then another thing I want to emphasize is the multidisciplinary team that is in a place. There is a place for it. Why caring for my daughter at the early stages was tiring. In fact, I went away from clinic for almost 2 years. But when the program started, I have to consultant, please, let me come back. I have to come back. It's easier. That time, I went from neuro clinic to spine clinic, from spine clinic to physiotherapy, to optional therapy. Imagine the whole week, Monday to Friday. Mind you, as I'm caring for my daughter, I have to be fine. Mentally, the coordinator did talk about that. The gathering gives us mental stability because the stigmatization is there. Even as a nurse, the stigmatization is there in capital letter like this. So people are not aware. So when we now come together at the center, there is this sense of belonging, togetherness. Everybody fine. And we're talking about, okay, what have you gone through? What happened last week? But before we start facilitation for the day, we want to be sure that everybody is fine. Are you okay? So it's not just about positioning, feeding, this one. We are still, the mental stability is there. Some people come down with my in-law talked to me, my church did this, my mosque did this, my landlord sent me out, my this one, so. At the center, people, by the time we come together and we discuss, we embrace, then we come back to the training of the day, everybody is okay, everybody is light. And that's part of the reason why some people travel from Oshogo to Ife, because of what they feel. So I really appreciate the privilege given to me, even when my child is bigger. I still appreciate the privilege. Thank you.
Can we appreciate her? Please, let's appreciate her very much. Let's have Mr. Bolariwa as a father. Please, let's appreciate him. He's been a very, very supportive father, which I'm going to nominate to World Health Organization. So please appreciate him. Let's appreciate him very much.
Okay, I want to appreciate everybody here, and also I want to stand on the existing protocol. I'm Bolariwa, Mr. Bolariwa, let's say. And I've written a lot of things here to say. The experience started from the primary health center when my wife was registered there for antenatal. After that, when they were just giving us some minor something, no retest, nothing. We don't know because that was our first child. We don't know much. We just thought like everybody go to a center for this and that. But on the day of delivery, it was a night. We left home 11 and we got there. We met two nurses. There was no light. They told us, well, you have to manage. They do bring kerosene, this and that. They said a lot of things. I was there praying, trusting God. And when it was 6 a.m., the nurse came out and said, hey, we are sorry, it's like the baby torn. It's like the baby is coming with bottom. This and that. We have to refer you to somewhere. Where? Said we should get the motor. We were referred to Seventh-day Adventist Hospital. when we got there, a friend doctor was there. I called him, he said we should be coming. And when we got there, he was not on duty. He went for a particular program, I don't know, but he committed us to a doctor. So the doctor was attending to us. They were checking from that 6 a.m. You know, the labor started at 11 in the night. From that 6 a.m., the doctor was telling us, wait until 6 p.m. I couldn't go to church. I'm a pastor. I couldn't go to church. It was a Sunday. I was there. They were telling us, go and pay this, go and do that, go and do that. And later, like 6 or thereabout, they said, there's no problem. The brother should push. I was inside everything. I saw everything. So my wife put to bed, but the baby was not crying. He said they were hearing the heartbeat before, but now it's like something has wrong. Okay, what is it? They have to set the baby on some gadgets, try everything. He said the gadget is not working proper. So at the end of the day, the baby, about 1 hour, we were praying because I went there with some people from my church. They were praying like this baby is not dead, this baby is alive, because the baby is like lifeless. So after that, the baby just gave some sand. After those sand, they said we should go to ward. We were in the ward. It was that friend. They said they have to put the baby on oxygen. The baby was put on oxygen first day, second day. We were paying 775 then oxygen. So it was the third day. That doctor friend said you have to go to general hospital. I work here, but with the condition of this child I'm seeing, you have to go to OATC. We arranged for everything. They said we are going to pay for ambulance and this and that. The man said, don't worry about ambulance. I know you don't have to go because we have spent everything we have. So he paid for it. We went there together with him. When we got to the general hospital, he took us to Nunata. In the Nunata, they attended to us. Actually, they said everything. But our government, I pray God help our government, the number of people attending to us are not enough. The day the oxygen will be removed from my daughter's nose, it was not removed by doctors. It was removed by circumstance. Maybe somebody, the cleaner or something was working there and it didn't remove. Nobody knows. It was after some hours. The doctor came and checked and said, oxygen has a young woman. What if the child is gone? So they shall conclude because by the grace of God, after the thing has been removed, the baby is still alive. So they say it's like they did not need it again. And we continue another process. Little by little, my wife that just gave them was sleeping outside, sleeping in an unconditioned place with a lot of stress. Don't enter this place, don't go to that place, no water here, nothing. But we thank God. Later, after 17 days, a nurse called my wife and said, it's like this baby, this another one, it's like maybe we have poor development. This and this and this. I said a lot of things. My wife with tears came out and told me, it's like we should pray God take away this child. Because they said the child cannot be anything like you. We prayed. I was on bike going back to my place of work then. God spoke to me that I have not given up on that child. And that is when the journey started. Really. We went home, everybody was saying even there. I want to put it here. Please, I would like if this gathering can start sensation and awareness for this set of children all over. The media should help us. let it be on television, let it be on radio, let it be in newspaper, that there are children in this condition. The reason why I said this is what we passed through it by God's grace, and we were able to end here because of God's intervention and some people beside us. And a lot of parents that they don't have anybody, when they have this kind of their children, they will tell them it is changed. It is because the time, we know, my parents, there was a time they called a man that was treating what do they call this thing, that will make them paralyzed one side. So, they called that old man. It was like when you are pregnant, he was talking anyhow to my wife, that it was my wife that caused it. I said, sir, if you have anything to do with this child, do it. And if you don't have anything, leave my wife out of it. You know, people are much. Let there be awareness. Myself, I don't know anything about cerebral palsy until I have a child that has it. Please, let's make awareness for this thing. 2, please, I want the government. I know government people are here, some have gone. I want the government to help the parents in this condition. This baby Ubuntu training that we just did some days ago, please, we had a lot of testimony. I know a woman that told us that the husband neglected them, and due to this cost, she will have to give time and spend money. She has lost everything she had. She had 2 shops before that she was managing, selling things, and she spent everything. No shop again. And the husband is like, if you like, go and give this guy poison so that you can have the time for yourself. Please, if there can be a means to support us, especially those that have gone far in this journey with everything they have. I have to leave my job. I quit my job. My wife quit her job because of this thing. Because we cannot report to school. We were working in private school. We cannot report to school at the normal time with this child. You have to quit and start business. But where's the fun? They are just managing, doing a lot of work, doing Okada, doing pastoring, doing good together, just to survive and attend to this child. So if there can be a means to support us, I think it will be good. Thank you very much, and God bless you.
Please let's have Mom Zainab. 1 minute, ma'am, please, ma'am. I know the story of everybody's journey is so long, but we just want a little bit of testimony of what the project has done, the difference of when you started and what the project is all about. Just brief, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am. Just 1 minute. 1 minute. Thank you, ma'am.
Good afternoon, sir. Good afternoon, ma'am. Yeah, they said I should be very brief. Yeah, you understand. Sir, I appreciate each and every one of the representatives of governments in this short meeting today. Let me use that word. Both on the educational section and everyone on the health parastatal. Sir, I want to seek either, let me use the word Commissioner of Health or Minister of Health on the site. And if it's done here, I believe my message is going to be delivered. So these people, our children living with this case, they are no waste. Let me start with that word. A lot of them has been deprived the privilege of education. I know of a woman that posted on our platform at the complex some months ago that she's helpless. I even thought something happened to her child. I had to give her a call. She was like, when she took her child back to the school, she was sent back. She's working there. She's helpless. How will she survive with the child? Where I'm going about the education section is that they shouldn't chase any of these children away from school again. They are no waste. We are pleading on behalf of all parents. they should please help us. Government should put us into consideration in the sense that there should be something like when we were young, there used to be to help by attacking rock that need to buy. Government is able to help us. If it is that they should have a cleaner, something like a nanny in that class to be helping us, please, we need help. Now I'm going to head section. Let's start with Zainab Zori. Zainab came in 2007. I registered with OAU complex in teaching from learning to teaching hospital. There was a fighter strike in 2007. You can flashback. That was what led me to Lagos. I'm supposed to give birth. My Zainab is June 17. The EDD date was like we are June 5 or 4. We should be mates. When my husband looked at the calendar, was like, we are take your leave to Lagos. When I took my scan at Scan Center Agege, which is from time I've known is bleach, my doctor on appointment then told me that they're going to work on it. I should just come. Everything was normal. Suddenly, the strike came up. When I got to the Scan Center at Agege, they discovered Zainab is sitting like this. She used one of her hand like this. She's sitting on this one. This one, she put this one down like this. And she sat on this and relaxed on her cheeks. When I came in with the scan results, the woman told me, no. You have to go to I will invite you to one clinic where they can do CS and the oxygen should be available. That's where I'm coming on behalf of all women in Nigeria. Let's start the propaganda from this point. We need government assistance. Our husband might have come to our house to come and pay dowry, to seek for our hand in marriage. Parents must have accepted it. Our husband cannot do it alone. I've gone to the best hospital in Nigeria. If you are calling people from outside the country, they are discussing hospital, they will tell you go to OAU THC. On getting there, they believe that hospital has oxygen. Sir, oxygen was not available. And so the oxygen, everything was inside before I entered the labor room. There was no oxygen in that cylinder. The next question my midwife asked me that night was like, Madam Shemopoli bag mejiwa. I was like, for what? But when I was leaving that hospital, the front of Collington House in Lagos, Kola, there's a private hospital there. When I was leaving my former hospital, private hospital where I was running, I just spent up to a month in Lagos before I put to bed. When I got to Lagos, I started clinic. So when I got there, I saw this there. My matron from that former hospital called me down. She canceled me. She knows I can question her. Why are you reviving me? Is that a problem? Won't I be able to deliver? She was like, Elijah, oh, likely come on, you need the oxygen. We are referring you to a standard hospital. That's why people go oxygen were available. Now, what deliver all the child? Okay, but don't be polypack. Money mulala. You know, allow me opening movie. Parents at this forum, our faith has to do with every step of our life. That was how the whole game started. Immediately, that woman said she gave me a midwife when I was leaving a hospital. She's a family hospital. So that one was in labor room with them. I heard us telling them, "Hey, call them you can work on that." She now had to join them in a private hospital, for God's sake. They had to start working together. They discharged me that morning. What I observed that Zainab was just crying throughout the day. My mother-in-law quickly called the hospital. My husband was not around that. Blah 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 blah. The woman that asked that hospital, family hospital, she has to come down and say, Elijah, we are good. Sorry, please, I'll round up. They had to just stand up some oxygen for self-services. She was the child in there to the naming. No, it's not that the oxygen did not remove from her mouth, from her nose. Where I'm going now is that we need help. Don't let any pregnancy woman be a property of the husband. Sir, on behalf of every woman in Nigeria, I'm saying we are pleading. Any woman in pregnancy, there should be an avenue where they can help us. All this issue is started from birth. The whole thing transpired at delivery. Government should take care of our delivery. When you go to I have a friend telling me when she went to a friend of mine telling me a friend went to deliver in SUV like SDA Lagiri. When she came out, they gave her a bill of 157,000. She didn't take anything before delivering. When she was leaving, they gave her a big one following it. They gave her a big hole and one other, I don't know. Baby was not giving anything. No, it's not every one of us that can avoid this, please. I'm pleading. Government should take care of this. After the delivery, they cannot call us. You can't go. The way they've been holding people on debts, there's some hospital like that. Somebody does it. They will hold patient down that we are going to take care of you. You are not living until your payment, your debt is fully settled. They should hold women responsible. They shouldn't leave us. They should just please help us. For delivery points, if that can be done, I believe this issue of people living with cerebral issue is going to be reduced. Thank you very much, sir. Thank you very much, ma'am.
Thank you. We appreciate you. And briefly, I'll be calling on Sadegoke. If every one of us should start our story, it's going to take time. But she has something to say. But please, ma, before you come up, Zainab, please, can you be on your feet? Let's appreciate her. That's one of our special child. Project coordinator, please, do you have a little clip of when she was sewing so we can play it before we round off? Zainab Souls, please, let's patronize her. Let's appreciate her again. Zainab, please be on your feet. Part of our advocacy too is not just in the setting of vocal education alone. Non-vocational education too. Please, let's incorporate a system that we accommodate them. She makes dresses. We have some of them that they come up with beautiful paintings and artwork. But for her, I'm sure our PM is going to look for that video session.
Something that we can do. If you see a child that needs a neurological attention, it's something that they can arrange ambulance and make sure the child and the parent is taken to the proper or a hospital that can attend to the case. Like teaching hospital, OAU, LAUTECH, we have them that they can do that. And for the private hospitals too, I don't know how that can be done at private hospitals. But it's not necessary you do something that you know you can't do. Let these people be referred to the proper consultant that can handle the case. Please.
Thank you very much. Please appreciate her for us. She's been a wonderful parent support coordinator. She calls the day, she calls at night. She gets everyone to come to the clinic. Ms. Sadegoke, may the Lord bless you. We appreciate you so much. Please, I would just want to buttress on what she has said. I'm not saying it. I was hearing some whispering that I look like an activist. They are voiceless, and we're going to be a voice for them. Part of the things that we want to appreciate is, it's not a command, but it's just an admonition. Let that be a picketing to the primary health workers. We know Nigeria might be tough, but not at the detriment of a destiny. Referring a child that you have seen that had a birth asphyxia or a mother with a prolonged labor to a private hospital without facility of a neonatologist on ground is a sin on the conscience. Every mother here has one story or the other. Some mothers have lost their job because they have a child with special needs. How can they combine working and taking care of the child? Because they have a conscience that they don't want the child to suffer for care. Every mother, even the ones that are not with delayed development, we know what it takes when we put our children in crèche, particularly when we are breastfeeding. Our mind at work, once any grip of there's a flaw on our breast milk, we say, "Omo, not to not talk of a child that cannot talk. Who will tell us what has happened to? Please, we are admonishing and begging. Let that be a proper picketing. It was one thing that was so clear with us, because when we took our statistics from the mothers, what they said was, Awara Health, Awara Primary Center, private hospital, buy. Why? When you are not sure that there's a neonatologist there or a neurologist, and you've seen that the mother has labored for long, or the child came breached, or the child came with birth asphyxia. Thank you very much. Like she said, if we all keep talking and talking, we won't live here. So I'll give some of my colleagues the permission to just give half seconds testimony of what the project has been, or any little form of advocacy. You can sit down, ma. You can sit down, ma. Your Excellency, please have your seats. Let me start with Mr. Adeboye. Yes, our speech language therapist.
Good afternoon, everybody. Standing on the existing protocol, I'm Adeboye by name, a speech language therapist with Obafemi Awolowo University Teaching Hospital. The project had been awesome, and it's a forum for addressing specific needs of the children with special needs. It's challenging. The challenge of having a child with special needs itself is challenging on its own. Not to talk of children with multiple disability. So I want to come in the aspect of I want to talk in that. So the project have helped me to be a source of blessing with children with delayed speech, because some of the children with special needs have problem with speech.
Thank you very much, ma. Like she has rightly said, it has improved on the speech assessment for children with delayed development. So please, briefly in 1 second, so that everybody can hear what the impact of the project has been on your profession and managing the children. Speak generally from Baby Ubuntu, just briefly, ma.
Good afternoon, everyone. Permit me to stand on the existing protocol. I'm Oluwayemi Solatunbosun, a nurse, a pediatric nurse, working in neuro clinic, neuro ward. This project has broadened my knowledge about this cerebral palsy of 18. Although I was taught in school how to deal with this cerebral palsy, but this project, it has broadened my knowledge, and I was able to have better understanding of these cases and to manage them in a better way.
Thank you very much, ma. Please kindly pass to Mrs. Osaze. Just 1 second. What has the project done? How has it affected your profession?
All protocols duly observed. I'm Osaze Mokwaluwa, and I'm a dietitian, a pediatric dietitian. And being in this project, I've been able to feel what the mother feel. We've cried together, and we've cried together and we've laughed together. I've helped in difficulty in feeding because of my pre-knowledge of food and its nutrients, my understanding. I've been also be able to know that there's some certain position in feeding that is association to the intake of this food.
Thank you very much,
also had knowledge of some design cups and other things.
Thank you, ma. Please kindly give to Mrs. Odelami just 1 second. What has the project done to your profession?
Okay, good afternoon, everyone.
Standing
on the existing protocol. Okay, the project, I will talk on the multidisciplinary. Before now, we didn't have a building, and this project brought us together. And in fact, here in the assessment, we now do play assessment. You need to come to the center. Our children come there and they are assessed while playing. So in fact, some of them look forward to their clinic time because it's not like the normal. Also, it has also developed us in areas beyond us. We've been trained. We went for exchange in Aldaye, and we saw how things were done. And we are not doing things like the project changed our orientation. So we don't do things like Nigerians again, in quotes.
Thank you very much, ma. Like somebody said, we had a communication training, and some persons came from the hospital, and they entered. They say, wow, they are in London. Please appreciate our center very much. God bless us. Please, I'll hand over the mic to Dr. Lauren Moteni.
Thank you so much, Saz and Matt. It's been a long day, and we appreciate you for being patient with us.
Indeed, this is an eye-opener for some of us here. I thank you for bringing this project up for our people in Osun State. We have so many of them that they do not have any voice. But from here, I'm taking home that you are giving voices to them all. I was opportune to visit an orphanage home in Ede during the festive period, and I saw many of them in that orphanage home in a separate apartment within the school, within the home. Like 15 of them helpless on the floor, although they kept them neat, and they changed their diapers for them at intervals. But then, I saw that they did not have any voice. I'm happy that I'm part of this project, for me to witness this, that they have a voice. And I'm very happy when the project coordinator was talking about them looking for an extension for the project, that she said they got an extension for this project for the next 6 months. That's a very good one. I now want them to spread their tentacles towards advocacy. Towards advocacy to people at the grassroots. People that they have little knowledge and they do not have the opportunity to come to such gatherings like this. They do not have the opportunities to know about any project going on where they can get their voices being heard. Please let us look into these areas. Let us go into the communities. Let us go to the traditional birth attendants. You have so many of them with them that they do not know how to care for them. They are empathic, fine, but they don't know the right thing to do for these children, so they are not getting results from all the efforts that they've been doing for the children. So please let us look into the area of advocacy in this next phase of the project. I want to commend the caregivers for the mothers, for their efforts, for the support, and for not giving up on these children, for them to be somebody in life, somebody that you can bring joy and happiness onto their faces. I want to say, by the time you want to do another program for them, please invite me. I want to be part of them too. I want to feel them. I want us to be friends. I want in my own little quota, whatever I can do, to let them, the quality of life be improved. You know, by talking to somebody, you don't know what it means. Just talking and putting up a smiling face to the person, it goes a long way in healing their pain. Please, let me be part of them anytime we are doing something like this. As an agency, the Primary Health Care Development Agency. I'm standing here on behalf of my Executive Secretary, Dr. Oluwole Fabi. We have been able to identify some of the challenges. One is this issue of referral. Delay in referring them at the PHCs. And when you want to refer to where they are going to get quality care. Not just referring, but referring on time and to a place where you are going to get quality care for them. And then a feedback is when you get a feedback, you know if they actually got the quality care that you intend them to get from there. So the secondary health care, the tertiary health care, so we know if they get the best treatment, or you too, as an institution, needed to refer them to a specialized place, so that we won't waste that effort referring them to you. We just refer them to where they can get the quality care on time that is needed for them to be able to have quality life. I said something. All these child flyer talking about leveraging on the weeks where they come for their immunization session. At this point, we should look as an agency, look at how we are going to build the capacity of health workers at the PHC, that will be able to see and be able to know that something is actually wrong at each contact they have with these children during immunization services. As an agency, we are going to look into this, and I want to let you know that we are passionate and we are committed to ensuring that these children get quality life. And I say together we cannot do it alone. We have to do it together with the partners, WHO, UNICEF, and which other partner is there? And even our mother agency, National Primary Healthcare Development Agency. I'm sure we are taking something away from here to take it up so that we can have a platform.
Good afternoon, everybody, and allow me to rest on the already established protocol. UNICEF, sorry, ladies first. So I want to join my voice with the voices of other speakers that have commended the fantastic job that the Early Childhood Development Project is doing in Osun State. In fact, to join with Dr. Bola Dale's voice to say that it's a very emotional gathering this afternoon. And I must say that I am happy that we have passionate this up and are doing this work. And having said that, I also want to pick from what other speakers have said to say that it is sad that for every testimony that has come up today, every mother or father that has spoken talked about how they went to a healthcare center. You know, and it is heartbreaking that you went to a hospital, you went to a PHC, and then you are still here. You had to have this outcome. And that goes to speak to healthcare worker, and I know that in the recent past, maybe 2 years or so in Osun State, there was training on pathograph at the PHC levels. So you know the danger sign, you know the time that you can refer when there is safety in referral period. So I think there is need for the health agencies to go back and see what is happening. I know that there's been a lot of Japa, people have left, but the people Yoruba said, if you have one tooth and it is clean and it is shiny and it is strong, it's better than having 32 that is weak and it's brown and it's not functional. So whatever we have left, we need to strengthen. We cannot keep giving excuse that we don't have healthcare workers. They have jackpot, they have done that. I think we need to strengthen the healthcare workforce at the PHC levels and at the secondary level. Last year, there was a BMONC training, basic management of obstetrics. There are trainings, sadly, there are trainings to equip healthcare workers. But what is the outcome? So we need to have an impact evaluation to see that all of the funding and all of the nice plans that have been drawn out, what outcomes are we getting? My second point is to the hospital management board, and I'm glad that the directors are present. I don't know the form of regulation we have for private health facilities in the states. And I like that the SMPC said that we cannot keep keeping quiet. Project coordinator, if there is a health facility that is causing this problem for us in the state, please, you are not reporting them. Just write to the hospital management board. There is a sector or a department that handles private health facilities. These people are supposed to be registered at the hospital management board. So they check the registration, there's regulation for them, and if they need to shut them down or go and supervise them, because prevention at these levels are very, very important. If a pregnant woman meets the right healthcare worker, then her chances of having a healthy baby is higher. Or she goes to a private hospital where they will collect money from her, and an untrained person. It is sad that the private hospitals that there are people that have retired. Some of them are perioperative nurses, people that were assisting nurses in theater. They went to develop established hospitals, and we are letting those hospitals thrive. You are a city person, you enter, you don't know all those details. So I think on the government angle, we really need to stand up and look at this thing so that we can be a voice for the voiceless. And I also want to add to the voice of PMM, especially talked about this next phase for the ECD project. Advocacy is key. For sustainability, we need to advocate for political will. Let us get people that matter to understand what this project is about so that they can help us drive it. But I want to say you are doing a very beautiful work, and I want to commend the faith and the strength of every mommy and daddy in this room and the beautiful children. Mommy Zainab said, no child is a waste. No child is a waste. I am telling you, you just have to look and you will see the gains and benefits in your child. And I want to encourage us that we should just keep up the faith. There is a reason why you have that child. God sees you and God knows. So just keep up the faith, and tomorrow is always better. Thank you very much.
Good afternoon, everyone. A lot has been said, and I want to appreciate the privilege given to me to be here today. Must commend our coordinator and everyone that has spoken. You have said it all. But let me have this. This is a program that everybody is great. But I will start from the mothers and their children that are here. For the fact that you have seen today and your baby is still with you. You have not the beginning of children. Nothing will make you to cry over them. Like Lord. Having said that, when the presentation was going, it was interesting. But there's a question that dawn on me for any program like this. Partners will come and, come with a good ideas. But the sustainability has been the challenge. And I want to say, please and please, where we need to start the sustainability from is from number one citizen of this state. I want to say it again that giving the team 6 months is for a purpose. And the purpose is to work on how do we sustain this program. It may not be well pronounced now because it affects only one LGA. But if we can seek the audience of Mr. Governor, I think we embrace and we key into it. Honestly, let the Ministry of Health, thank God our PS has given his word. Fine. But somebody said, how I wish Commissioner for Health will be here today. He's a father and he's a man with passion. I will still want the team to seek audience with Commissioner. If you send me to go and meet him, I may not deliver the message the way he ought to. And that's the main reason why the passion that you have used to deliver the message here today, if you can seek audience with the Commissioner for Health, then let it be one of your prayer that, please, sir, we want you to lead us to Mr. Governor. Don't go beyond, don't go lesser than that, please. Any project that Mr. Governor or the government of the day key into, automatically partner will support it. But if it is not a project that the government embrace, let any partner comes. Let me tell you, the program will not be sustained. And that's the main reason why me, I'm attacking it from the top. Not only that, let us go beyond that again and get to the House of Assembly. Let there be a law that will say even this this sustainability, this less or special children, let there be a law that will say these people, these children must not be denied one right, their right to schooling and their right to health. In fact, in the developed world, in cases like this, it is the government that will finance it. And that's one of the things that we should sell to our government. Let the Honorable Speaker of the House be key into it and let them see the need why this one will be supported. On behalf of the UNICEF, we will see what we can do. But they will firstly ask, what is the government of the state doing? And that's the main reason why I'm hammering that let us get to Mr. Governor as far as this project is concerned. Then it will fly. Thank you.
Thank you so much, stakeholders. It's been a very rich discussion. And we want to wrap this up in the next 10 minutes. And I had to plead with our Director of Hospital Services, represented by Deputy Director, to just help up wrap up this discussion. Remember where we started from. We are contributing to the draft strategy for early childhood development. Everything said has been important, but we want him to just take the mic and wrap up the discussion, because I've tried to secure a meeting with Commissioner and we want to present all that we have said. So what are the take-home that we are going to put and then put forward? Thank you, sir.
All right, thank you very much. I don't know whether we all have the agenda with us. If you look at the agenda, it's like we have skipped to the last, which allows us to ask questions and all of that. But the very important aspect of this meeting is discussion of the ECD strategy. And we have been assisted by this, write-up that's going to help us to develop the strategy. I know all of us have said very, very wonderful things, but majorly they are on prevention, which is very, very important. But I believe this project is on early childhood development. If you look at the strategy vision, it says every child 0 to 5 years. That means that the child will have been born. So I'm talking about a strategy that looks at people that are already born, not during pregnancy or before childbirth. So we have looked at we have looked at number 1, number 2, and number 3. And for number 3, the director said, Professor Member said that that we need to have an adoption by the State Executive Council. But I think before that, we need for us to have a stakeholders meeting to actually draft the strategy. So having, drafted the strategy, we can now forward it to the State Executive Council for ratification. So that's what I would like to add to number 3, which talks about achieving the adoption of an early childhood development strategy. So we now go to number 4, which talks about what are the likely barriers or challenges to adopting this strategy, and what possible solutions do you think can help address these challenges. So the floor is open for us to contribute. So what do you think are the likely barriers or challenges? Yeah, this session is very important because we are going to be able to develop these strategies, and then we can submit it to the Honorable Commissioner, probably for onward delivery to Mr. Governor. So this session is very, very important. It's what we take home for this meeting. So what are the likely barriers or challenges to adopting this strategy? I think one barrier is human resources. I think a lot of people have talked about human resources for health, that we don't have adequate human resources for health in the state to implement this strategy. So that could be one of the challenges that we have in adopting this strategy. We like